Hey guys, this video is going to show you how to fix the Postgres relation not found error. The relation not found error usually means that Postgres can't find the table that you're asking for, and this video and companion webpage, which is at sqlref.com/postgres-relation-not-found.html, is going to show you how to fix that. So there's two common causes for this error. Probably the most common is spelling errors. So just make sure you've double checked your query as well as the table name. Just make sure you've done that before getting to this page. And the other common error is that you're searching in the wrong location. And the two reasons that you might not be able to find a table that exists are that you're querying the wrong database or that you're querying in the wrong schema. And we're going to show you how to make sure you're querying the right database and schema. So let's start by just giving a little refresher on database structure, specifically Postgres' database structure, because not every database is the same. Postgres, a running instance of Postgres, can contain multiple databases. There is a default database named Postgres, but you can have multiple databases with other names. You cannot have two databases with the same name in the same instance of Postgres. Within each database, you can have multiple schemas. There is a default schema named public, and you can actually have multiple schemas that are named the same thing so long as they're in different databases. And you can name schemas whatever you want. Then within each schema, you can have multiple tables. There is no default table name. You have to name each table as well as give it columns and data types, stuff like that. And again, you can have tables with the same name as long as they're in different schemas. So the overall structure looks like a single running instance of Postgres can contain many databases, which can contain many schemas, which can contain many tables. So probably what's happening, if you've checked that your query is spelled correctly as well as the table, you're probably just in the wrong database or schema. So let's start by ensuring you're in the correct database. And how you would start doing that is, first of all, seeing which database you're in. And you can do that with this command, select current underscore database, and you can see we're in the Postgres database. And that makes sense because that's the default database, and this is a brand new instance of Postgres that I just started, so that's where we should be. You can show all databases with /L, and you can see the Postgres database as well as template 0 and 1. You don't have to worry about those. Those are system-specific things. And you can change to another database if you're not in the right one using / or is it \C database name. So let's create another database to change into. Create database db1 and change into it. So now let's create a table. Create table, my table, ID int, just a simple table, and insert a row into it. And we can select from that table. There we go. But if we changed into the default database again, so now we are in Postgres, not db1 where we created the table, and we select star from my table, we're going to get the relation my table does not exist error. So that could be one cause of the problem, that you're just not in the correct database. And how you would troubleshoot that is exactly the steps we just took. Check which database you're in, show all databases. If you're not in the right one, change into the right one. So the next thing that could be happening is that you're not in the correct schema. So remember, each database can contain multiple schemas, and you can show which schema you're in by saying show search path. And we should be in public because we haven't created any. Yep, we're in public. Cool. You can show all available schemas with this command. And there's some system-specific stuff in here as well, pgtoast, pgcatalog, and information schema. And you can actually see we're querying information schema to find what the other schemas are named. So we could change whatever schema we're in using this command, set search path to wherever you want to go. So first of all, let's create one to change into. So create schema, my schema, and then go into it. All right, let's create that same table. Create table, my table, ID int, insert into it. And we'll select from it. And there you go, it works. And just a side note, you can see all tables that are available to you in the current schema with /d. You can see my schema, my table. If we created another table, even if we don't insert anything into it and use /d again, you can see my table 2 popped up. But if we change back to the public schema, the default schema, and run /d, there are no relations. So if we try to select from it again, we're going to get relation does not exist. And a really cool trick that I use all the time in my day job is this query that finds schemas that contain a table named a certain thing. So let's copy and paste where table name equals my table. And you can see there is a table named my table in schema named my schema. And you can actually do string matching as well. So if you wanted to say where table name like my table with a %sign for matching. And then this actually shows all tables that match my table plus a wildcard. So my table and my table 2 showed up. And if there were more tables like my table with something after it in another schema, they would show up as well. Okay, I hope you liked this video and I hope it helps you. Please check out SQLref.com. I have a bunch of good learning content as well as reference material for common SQL commands, and I hope you enjoy.